Hello, Julie here and welcome back to my YouTube channel. If you're new here, thank you for joining me and I hope you enjoy my video. If you do, I would love it if you would click the like button, subscribe, leave a comment, all of those lovely things. And if you are already a subscriber, thank you for doing that and thank you for coming to watch this video. Alright, today is freebie number 5, last freebie for this collaboration. It's nearly finished, nearly the end of the month, so yeah, that month went really quickly, didn't it? So of course I'm talking about the Out With A Bang collaboration, and this is, as I said, freebie number 5. So I've got 2 pages, so this is one of the journal pages. So this one's got the picture and then the just the background thing, and then this is a background page, just a nice neutral page to use as a background in your journal or to create embellishments. Now I have got 4 pages, I think it is, of embellishments. This is a coffee dyed envelope. Now I have already given you a coffee dyed envelope, but it's the other shape, you know, the triangular things. So this one's like the square side folds. So that's that. There's some frames and some postcards. So there's 4 frames and 4 postcards. And there are some tags. Well, they're tickets, I suppose. Some are tags, some are tickets. I'm not really sure what you'd call them. So that's 6 pages. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So that's the 6 pages for this freebie. And now I'm going to go and cut all my ephemera pieces out and assemble them if they need assembly. And then I'll be back to make something with these 2 pages. Alright, I'll be back soon. Okay, so now I'm going to make something using these 2 sheets, and I thought that what I might do is make some window tags. So I'm going to just trim this down. So about how wide would I like them? Say about, I'm going to do say 3.5 inches. 3.5 and 3.5. So I get 3 out of a A4 sheet. Right, mate. I'll stick with the same. So 3.5. So I'm going to do, of course, double layer. So these will be the front and this will be the back. So let's do the same thing. Cut these down to 3.5. This is printed on 80, just normal printer paper, and this is printed on 110 GSM, so, or no, it might be 200 GSM, so it's quite a bit firmer. So by the time I stick the 2 together, I think they'll be quite thick enough. So this will be on the back because we can write on this without any problems. Okay. So now what I need to do is I'm going to match these up with backs and fronts. And that. Now I've got some square dies here. Oh, I might bring them back and trim these down a bit, I think. Yeah, I don't want them that long. So let's cut the length off as well. So if they're 3.5 inches wide, about how long do I want them? 6 inches? 5.5 inches. Oh, I think I'll go for 6. So they're 3.5 by 6. So our next thing is to cut our squares out of these that are going to be the window. Alright, now I've got these spellbinder square dies, and I'm wondering no, that's too big. Yep, that size would be alright, I think. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to hold these together. That's upside down, so that goes that way. I'm going to temporarily hold these together and then run them through my die cutting machine so that it cuts through both pieces at the same time, like so. I'm probably going to put this about equal that way and about the same up the top, so be something like that. Alright, so I'll go and do that and then I'll be back. Okay, so I've cut those out, so I've got some squares there. I don't know, I guess you could keep them and use them for something else. But for some reason I've got one that's longer than the others, and I'll trim that off after. So I'm keeping these into the pairs that they were cut out in. And now I'm going to cut some acetate. I need to know how big those squares are. So they're, what, 2 5/8. So if I cut my acetate at 3 1/8, that should be fine. So I want 3 pieces of acetate, 3 1/8 inches in size. How big is that? Well, that's pretty well spot on that way. Oh, well, there we go. I forgot one already. So if I cut that at 3 1/8 that way, and then 3 1/8. Can you hear that bird outside chirping away? Sounds pretty happy. Okay, so now I'm going to, what I haven't done is I haven't cut my corners. So I'm going to attach this onto one piece of the paper. There we go. I'm going to wipe that away from the acetate so that any excess glue will go out onto the paper and not onto the acetate. Okay, that one can go with that one. This one can go on here. Now I'm going to use my glue stick to glue this section, and then I'll use some liquid glue around the edges. Okay, now the tricky part, lining this up. You don't get a lot of wriggle room with glitter glue. The most important thing is to make sure that we've got our frame perfectly lined up. So let's burnish that down right out from the centre. I forgot to say that if you're going to ink around your frame, you should do that before you stick this down at this stage. You can see there that it's not perfectly lined up, but I can adjust that. I can trim that down. So that's that one. There we have our 3 tags. Now make the tag tops, and we're going to, I'll trim them up first to get rid of all those white bits. So now I'm going to ink around these. Oh no, I'm not. I'm going to cut the corners off, aren't I? That's what I started out to do. And I'm only going to do a small corner, like so. Okay, so now we're going to ink. Rid of all these messy bits. Okay, so I'm using vintage photo. Just going to ink around both sides. Okay, so I'm going to do that for these two as well. Okay, so I have inked around everything and I've dug out a few embellishments to add to these. And I've got this one here, which is a watercolour paint swatch. And I'm going to stamp onto that. I'm going to stamp a number. That number would be pretty good, I think. And I'm going to stamp on it with the vintage photo. you don't get a clear stamp with the distress inks. They're more for other things, but I just wanted to use that colour, so that's what I've done. This stamp set is, what's it called? It's from Witchcraft Do You Do. I think it's called it doesn't seem to have a name, but a set of 17 pet stamps, so I don't know exactly what it's called, but it's very handy. I think I've used it quite a lot, and they're not expensive, so you know, well worth having a look at. Pop over to their website and check it out. I'll put a link in the description box if I can remember. Okay, so I've also used my punch and cut out some tabs for each one. So now, and I've got some stickers. I'm going to put stickers on the acetate section, and I've got some stamps that I have stamped and heat embossed and coloured with you know, a water brush and distress inks. So I'm going to use those, and I've also got some labels which I haven't inked yet, but I can see that that one's got a little thing on. So, and I've also got some ruffles that I've stitched up, and they're made of sewing pattern. So that's my plan. So I'm going to put ruffle. I'll get a pair of scissors that actually cuts. So a bit of ruffle there. If you wanted to, you could add you know, lace or sari silk or something like that instead of the little ruffle, but I thought the ruffles were quite good. Now I'm going to pop that on there, that on there, say, and then the label under there, like that. We've got something like that happening. So let's stick this down. And get it reasonably straight. Then we're going to stick this one down. I'm going to cut this off, this is too long. I don't want it to go over the acetate. And I'm going to stick this one down. Now because this one's pretty spiky, I'm going to go right out to the edge of each one of those petals, because I don't want them getting caught on anything. Something like that. And I'm going to just trim these off. I'm going to bring them up just a fraction, about there, like that. Now this floral is a sticker, so let's see if I can manage to get that to peel back. Yeah, check. Perhaps it's not a sticker. No, it's not. Oh, I don't want that then. I did want a sticker so that I haven't got to put glue on the back. I have got some washi stickers. not washi, vellum stickers, so perhaps I should use one of those. So I could put that on there. Let's have a look what it looks like. Oh yes, that's okay. Let's see. And I've got a tab to put on the top. Let's have a look how deep we want this to be. About like that. So there we go, we've got our ruffle, our flowers, a label and a sticker on the window and a tab at the top. Now this one I have left that ½ an inch longer, but that's fine. Now this one here, so most of these are, well, they're all going to be the same, so probably just as interesting if I put this on fast forward and you can just watch them come together at an increased speed instead of sitting there slowly watching. Alright, so that is our tags. So we've got plenty of writing space on the back. We've got some paper ruffles, a label, a flower, and then a washi sticker on the window. Same for this one. They've each got a tab on the top. This one's a little longer. It's got 2 flowers, a label, and the ruffle. And then this one. Okay, so a quick flip through of what we have got out of the number 5 freebie. This is the last freebie for this kit, so pop over to my Ko-fi shop and pick it up if you're interested. Don't forget also to check out all of the collaborators in the Out With A Bang collaboration. I will put links in the description box. So yeah, you can pop down there and have a look. So here we go. We got, well, there were 2 sheets of paper in there, and out of that paper we made these 3 tags. So we've got window tags, 3 of those. These were separate, they are not in the kit. We got 3 or 4 postcards. Let me have a look here. 4. So there's a postcard with that orientation, and then 3 of these. This one is a very pale, neutral postcard, and this one have the colourful gladiolis on them. We have 4 frames. So we've got the oval frame, rectangular frame, or that one has little arch at the top, does it? Maybe I just didn't cut it very well. I think that must be a rectangle. This one's got the arch at the top, and this one is just a narrow frame. We have got 2 tags, so a large tag and a small tag. We have a large shipping tag and 2 smaller ones, and we have a coffee dyed envelope that you can put together. So there we go, that's it for freebie number 5. So pop over to my Ko-fi shop, grab a copy and get busy making nice things. Okay, thanks for dropping by, and I hope you can join me for my next video. Bye.